What's up, everyone? Hi, I'm Andrew. If you're seeing this in future years, you might not know me. I'm a TF here in Gen Ed 1105, and we're going to talk about story maps. So I'll get right into it. But story maps are a great tool for your students to portray spatial data or even not spatial data in a very sort of aesthetically pleasing way that's online automatically and also is really easy to use. So let's do it. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. So all you have to do to start off is you have to just Google search ArcGIS StoryMaps. It'll be the first link here. I'm already signed in. When you're working with your students in this section, you'll want to sort of just walk them through step by step and bring them to the screen and have them all click new story. And there are some sort of fun options that can help you out. We're going to start from scratch, but students are, essentially, I think the students will, some will really push the tools to their full potential and use these sort of more exciting methods. Some are just going to want to be as simple as possible. So I'd say start from here, but show them some of the options for how to do cooler stuff. So we'll get into that in a bit. Okay, starting from scratch. So when you launch, all you have is sort of like a place to put your title, some like a subtext, and so this plus button, where the plus option is how you add stuff to your story map, whether it's actual maps, images, audio, text, and even stuff like 3D models can be embedded in here. There's a lot of options, but we'll sort of start pretty basic. So because I have to, and I had this all sort of set up already for this, we'll talk about our stories going to be about Rath Crohan, which is this really cool prehistoric and actually, I guess, historic as well, ritual landscape in Western Ireland. So we'll call our map, or sorry, story map Rath Crohan, like seat of kings to forgotten backwater. I don't know. Anyways, okay, Andrew Bair. And you can add a little sort of image or a video to it. So when you're working with students, I would encourage you to you'll have developed your topic already as part of the section, and you'll be able to sort of come up with like a title together and add images together. Sort of walk them through this, sort of handhold them through this, and like they'll help you find images, and it'll be based on the topic that's part of class. So you can add an image. I just downloaded a sort of reconstruction drawing of Rath Crohan. So we're gonna add this here. That looks terrible. So we gotta change it. So we can actually sort of move where the focus is. So we want to probably put it up here more so you can see more of the actual top of the mound, something like that. That still looks kind of bad. And there must be ways that you can change the I think this way you can change the actual whole format here. I'm immediately running into my lack of knowledge. Oh god. Let's try something else here. We're going with it, whatever. YOLO. But we will move this up so you can see more up here. Cool. Okay. My cool project for Gen Ed 1105. Great. Okay. So ArcGIS, it's pretty powerful tool automatically when you just bring in text. It's pretty good about automatically sort of making it look good within its formatting. So we're just going to copy a segment of the Wikipedia page from Rath Crohan, which you can do with your own project if you'd like, and just paste it in here. So it automatically sort of like formats it where it makes title bigger and sort of subtitles a little smaller and so on. It's a pretty powerful tool automatically. So we have some of sort of our breaks of our text here. So if you're a student and you're writing your final project, you might be writing in a Word or like a Word document or a Google Doc or something like that. And then each of these, like they can just copy and paste essentially, and sort of there'll already be subdivisions here. Okay, so let's say we want to add some stuff. So we have some about Rath Crohan. It's a complex of archaeological sites near Tulse in County Roscommon. Where is Rath Crohan located? So let's put in a map. So you press the little plus button. Actually, let me do that again. See, whoops, stupid. Press the little plus button. You see there are all kinds of options here. So we have like text, buttons. There's sort of, these are some more like computer sciencey things, I suppose. You can insert code here. Then there are maps, images, image galleries, so sort of a series of images, video, audio, embedding, where you can embed like things like 3D models, which I was talking about earlier. These sort of swipe maps, you can swipe between different maps, or use different raster backgrounds of the same map, and so on. And these are sort of the more immersive, cool options. We'll get into these later. But let's just put in a map for starters. So you can add maps you've already made that are already online on ArcGIS Online, which for students might want to do that. But you also can just add express maps, which is a little bit easier. If you're just sort of saying, okay, this is where my stuff is located, I recommend doing this with your students. So you can press new express map. And here you just have a sort of default backdrop that you can change. And you can zoom in wherever you want to go. So we're actually going to go to Rathcrohan here. I can find it. Let's see. Okay, let me up here. Okay, so I can change this somehow to a different backdrop. Let's do, so if you go to the little gear button here, you can select your base map. I want some sort of imagery here, like that. That looks pretty good. So I think we're looking, this is part of the ritual landscape. If you look at sort of all the little circles here, that's where we want to be. Okay, so I'm actually going to swap back to the sort of conventional map here, this one. And I'm going to draw over, you can sort of insert these little drawings in these express maps. It's really nice. I'm just going to draw over where the ritual landscape is. It's pretty big. So, I mean, this is, if I was doing this for real, I'd make it more official. But this is sort of the area where the ritual landscape is. It's a big area. Maybe I'll call it like Rathcrohan ritual landscape. Something like that. You can change the color, everything like that, blah, 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 if you want. Press place map. And here we are. And you can edit the location. You can have it sort of float right, float left, pull it in the middle, be small, be big, be medium. Add a caption, so something like location of the Rathcrohan ritual landscape. So as you're reading sort of through your text here, it'll pop up automatically, which is pretty cool. We can add more images. Let's say we want to add another image. Let's say something like this. And just copy image address, put it in here, see if that works. It does. There you go. Say Rathcrohan Mound. Site source. Definitely encourage your students to cite their images as well as their text, of course. Okay, and so it's looking pretty good already. You know, I mean, it's amazing how quickly these things can look pretty nice. If we can actually sort of preview the map and sort of look at how it would look for, you know, your viewer. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Look at that. Doesn't look so bad. To get out of this, you can press the little X button to go back to the edit screen. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the sort of more exciting tools that some of your students might want to use, which would be these sort of like slideshow, sidecar, map tour type things. Let's just try a slideshow, I suppose. Where basically you have sort of a base map that's like your backdrop, and as the viewers click through the different sort of slides in this slideshow, the map will zoom around. So let's add, I think I have like a Rathcrohan map already in here for some reason. I do. Here we go. So let's start here. This is our sort of overview map. Say it like this. I could, if I wanted, I could probably draw stuff in here, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm adding my map, right? There are some layers that are already on this map, which if your students are making a map in ArcGIS before on ArcGIS Online, they can import it into this sort of like slideshow thing. So I can say, So here's like text, you know, and anything else, you can add more maps. You can add like side maps in this little like sort of box here. You can change its location, where it actually is. I want to be off the side here because my stuff's down here. So I can say like, this is the Rath Krohan ritual landscape. It's really big. Cool. All right, so then I can add. So this is the first sort of thing that your viewers will see when you first hit this screen. I can add additional like I can additional locations for the map to zoom into by adding new slides. So I press this little plus button down here. Boom. Add a new base map. I'm going to add that same map actually again. This time we're going to zoom in on Rathgrohan Mound here. So I'm placing a map. So now it zooms in here. So I'm going to say like, this is Rathgrohan Mound. Wow. I can actually add that image that I had before. I think I still have the image address copy here. So if I add an image, I can do one of these. And look at that. There it is. So there you see from the ground level. And so on. So then if your viewers were actually to see this in real life, let's preview this map again. Here we go. Here's our map again. There's the location. There's that image I reused. We got into our little sort of slideshow area here. So here's what it looks like to the viewer, where you get this sort of base map. Actually, as the viewer, you can drag around and look around. But when you click the next arrow, you fly into where you set the zoom as when you were in edit mode, and you see the little pop-up here. This is pretty cool. This is one of like many tools that are through StoryMaps. I mean, I think that probably what we've demonstrated here is probably good enough for most students. Maybe if you want, you can go in and more in depth and demonstrate how you can add with text. You can add like different you can have like quotes. So if I want to add a block quote, say like, I loved Krohan visitor testimony. Right, you can add titles. So I actually add a little title of this. I could say, let's say like a secondary heading, like visitors love it. That right. You show you can change text in that way. Yeah, I mean, I guess I think that probably what we've seen so far, these are the sort of most basic functionality that you'll need to be able to use these tools. But they're a lot more powerful than that. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, I wanted this. Or this. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, I couldn't find that before. All right, so that's under design, by the way, gang. Oh, you can change the whole color. Wow. Look at this. I'm learning something here. Oh, this changes the text color and the font. Wow. All right, so definitely show this to your students. Maybe there are other themes we can do. Wow, cool. Let's try fossil. This seems, I don't know about that one. Cool. This is very Irish. Let's say, oh, historical. Yeah, now we're cooking. Okay, cool. All right, so you definitely show that they can change the style. That might be a good thing to start out with here. Why are these highlights? That's so weird. Oh, they're links. That's fine. Aha, okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you see that despite it being a little bit funky with these like hyperlinks through Wikipedia, it's looking pretty good. You know, it's it's not amazing, but it's pretty amazing how fast you can go from just an idea to a pretty reasonable story map. I think this should hopefully be good enough. And then after, so it saves automatically. And when you go back to sort of your like story map homepage, it'll be there, right? Yeah. So and you can like before with your normal maps, you can set group sharing, or I could set it so that people in our group will be able to see it. You can publish it that way. We probably don't do that yet, but that's how students will eventually like sort of complete their story map, I'm assuming. but I sort of forget. But for now, I think this is fine. But it'll be saved. And if you want, so this is a story map I did for the GIS class. Very cursed date here. I remember being in class. I remember actually being in the ArcGIS class was when I learned about COVID. I walked into class in the ArcGIS lab and everyone was freaking out. Anyways, but this is a project I did as part of the class about viewshed analysis. It's pretty cool. Oh, so this is another one of these like sort of fun little interactive features. I forget which one this is, but as you slide down, you see that the map will change. So here we're looking at prehistoric ritual sites, and then when you read enough about that, you tick over to ecclesiastic, like Christian sites. You see that the dots will tick over like that, right? So you see how the distribution has changed, which is pretty fun. I put in a video, which is kind of cool. Some Irish music, so we can let that jam out here. Anyways, yeah, cool. That's pretty much all I got. I think that this should be good enough for your students. This is one that I did back in the day when I taught this class. I made one of these for the students, which is the same idea. I just copied a Wikipedia page, etc. It's pretty easy. I think just play around with the tools a little bit. I think that you'll be able to do this no problem, and your students will pick it up really fast. Okay. I think that's all I got. That was a bit rambly, but whatever. I think we got the message at the end. Good luck. Bye.